All right.
There's only 4 people.
So I'm not sure who the phone number is, but everybody is up. You're on.
Who's Carrie Bernard?
She's gonna be doing a virtual tour.
Oh, okay.
She's a
Okay.
firefighter.
So many new names.
Mhm.
Okay, I want to call the Lafayette City Council meeting for Thursday, December 10th to order. And let's have a flag salute. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, I thought it was okay. Okay, roll call.
Mayor Smile,
Here.
President Witherspoon,
Here.
Councilor Paulson,
Here.
Councilor Brungart,
Here.
Councilor Harper,
Here.
and Councilor Newman. Sheila, are you there?
Sheila, there's her picture.
Hi Sheila, are you there? Sheila, hello? Sheila,
I don't think she can hear you.
okay. Councilor Cook? Doug, are you there? We're not getting audio.
Unmute yourself.
Doug, unmute. Sheila too needs to be unmuted.
There we go. There we go.
There you go, Doug.
There we go.
Are you there, Sheila?
She is not connected via audio that I can tell.
Yeah, she said she can't hear anything.
Does she have a microphone on her computer?
I don't know. She's connected on her tablet. So there's
Well,
typically one there.
it should have a microphone on
Well, Your Honor, we have a full council here,
it.
but
Yes.
Councilor Newman is maybe not able to speak.
I wonder if she can hear us, but can't speak.
Sheila,
Does anyone have her cell phone number that they could text her?
Yeah, she just sent me a text.
There is a call-in number.
Is she not, did she text you that she's not able to hear?
Book to audio.
Well,
we can work to try and get that solved. I mean, Kevin and perhaps, and we'll be thinking about that. Andrew, we're gonna do a virtual tour of the station and then come back and,
Okay.
you know, if you can hang.
6:20 still.
Probably 20 minutes.
Okay, I'll be-
25. Yeah.
Very
If you
good.
gotta go, it's okay, but, okay, I can grab you.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
sure. So we have all the council present, Your Honor.
okay.
Audio we're working on for Sheila.
Well, the next thing is the virtual tour. Do we want to skip to the Yamhill County first while he's working on the other stuff?
You can if you like.
Why don't we take care of him first? Until we get it taken care of.
Okay. So maybe you want to be over here a little bit, then everybody can see you.
Hello there. Deputy McMahon with the Sheriff's Office. I'm just going to go over the crime stats for November as compared to the previous year. So looking over the sheet, there was a count of larceny. There's also a rape on here.
All right, saw that.
There's a disorderly conduct, a category that's considered other. There was a DUI case. There was a sex offense, a simple assault, which is on the lower end because the year before there were 7, which is good to see.
Wow,
That's
yeah.
decreased quite a bit. There was a count of vandalism and a weapon offense. There's also 6 cases regarding other and non-reportable. Those things can include traffic crashes or information reports. Is there any questions or concerns from the council?
No,
None for me. Thank you, Deputy McMahon.
Thank you.
No. I think we're pretty much okay.
Thank you.
Thank
you very
you.
much.
Thank you, Deputy.
Of course.
Thank you for
Thank you,
getting that
Andrew.
vote out of there.
Good to see you.
Yeah. The boat, thank you, yes.
Thank you for the vote. Okay. Now, do we want to do this over? Are we ready? Did we get Sheila up? Doug and Vivian. Okay, Sheila?
Yep. Yep.
Well, should we continue? It's 6:15.
Yeah. So if you'd like to draw your attention to Carrie Bernard, who's going to be giving us the virtual tour, walking through and everything. And there's going to be some narration. I think the chief, I don't know.
Hello? Are we there?
Yes, I can hear us.
Oh, can you hear us?
You know, and,
Doug, is that you?
No.
Oh, they're all together.
Start your tour.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Preston, can you maximize that screen?
If everybody mutes if you mute your own mic and then click on gallery view, it'll show you the person that's presenting that does not have
Perfect.
their mic muted.
Thank you.
Kevin, can we get rid of the stuff on the side?
Yeah, just.
Get a little closer to it.
No, I don't want to cover up the thing. I'll
There
be
you
right.
go.
All right. That'll be a good place to start.
Okay.
You might get a focus so they can see their names on there.
It is focused.
Carrie, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
We can hear you too.
Uh-oh.
Awesome.
We'll try and straighten out.
Okay.
Fly right. Can you see our plaque there on the wall? This is at the entrance of the fire station.
It's in the lobby.
Yeah, it's at the entrance.
Oh,
We'll back
oh.
up a little bit here. Back up this way. As we come into the building, you can see that this is the entrance as the main off of
Hey,
Madison Street
Can
here.
you make that full screen? There we go.
Ready?
All right. We'll head inside.
Excellent, Kevin.
Yeah.
Now we've got Sheila.
This is the entrance area. This will always be open for the public. So actually, I call it the baby drop-off area. In case of emergency, they can drop a baby off here, a newborn here. There'll be a phone here. And this is the way the public will come into the building. This door will be locked after hours, but can be open during business hours. This is the waiting area, so where the public will wait if they want to visit or a tour or have business here at the fire station. So we're not quite done yet, obviously, but this is the waiting area and the old fire station. This swing around, this is the administrative office area here right in the corner of the building. Again, Then we'll swing around here and we have the station office where the firefighters will do their work. And the front door again, and there'll be radios and communication, television to watch in case there's a big event. And you can see the old fire station and the apparatus entrance, and we can keep an eye on the front of the building here. So this will be the workstation area. Visitors bathroom. Now this is, we're going into the living quarters section of the building. So through this door, this will be locked most of the time. This is the training area over here to my left, the kitchen area back in the background, and kind of the ready room lounge area in here. We have storage on one side, storage on the other side. There'll be digital displays along this wall here, and then the apparatus bay out there. This coming around is an entrance door where the volunteers can come in off the street, run right into the apparatus bay. All right, now going down the hall. Again, the kitchen area. Nice windows here to look out. Here, very nice. This is going to be the weight training area in here. So this is that room, again, nice rooms, nice windows. Down this way. This is another hallway entrance area for volunteers or people to enter down through here. It'll be locked, but that's why I say it's mostly for the volunteers. They come down here and go right into the apparatus area, get their gear and head out on events, calls. This is one of the bunk rooms for if we have people staying overnight, this will be one of the rooms.
Looks like my dorm room.
Yeah,
College.
yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Like 6 of those. This is the locker room. No lockers in here right now. We'll have a bench in here you can come in here, grab your clothes, go to your room, lock the door, change your clothes, come back out here, put your gear away. Or if you want to have a spare set of coats that get damaged or something like that, you can keep them, but you'll have an individual locker in here. Yep, more bunker rooms along here. This is the laundry room. It'll have laundry, washer and dryer in here. This is where we can wash the towels and clean up, wash your clothes to get dirty, and just your personal clothes. If you don't want to wear them home, you can wash them here and not take them home, not contaminate your family and stuff like that. The washer and dryer area here. This is electrical room here. So that's with our transfer switch and stuff. We're going to go outside just for a minute. incinerator room out here.
What do you say?
Generator room.
Fuel.
Generator room.
Okay.
Okay.
Thought he said incinerator. No. What?
Yeah, they're gonna incinerate all of the clothes when they get back.
This is where we put the garbage and outside of the building. This is the parking lot, panning towards the back of the building with the drive-through bays. And this will be where you wash your vehicle, wash the fire vehicles back here. And we've actually used this for training, and it's pretty well lit, something we haven't had. So this is a really nice, real bonus. So. This is the apparatus bay in here. We have room for 5 vehicles in here. This is also be a training area. Also, as you can see, it's very nice. Nice floors. There's still more work to do. The firefighter gear will be along this side. Their bunker gear will be along this side. So we got to finish that up.
Hey, Terry,
Yeah.
can you point the camera up to the ceiling so we can see the ceiling in the
Sure.
apparatus bay?
She's saying Carrie or Terry? There we
Terry,
go. All right.
isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. Wow.
We'll get
If that's
another.
not open, I think that really made a statement there. Thank you.
You bet. This is a storage room and a sprinkler room and our obviously storage room. This is the shop area. Next room down. Still some more stuff to go in here. This is a turnout washing area room and some shelves in here. So first level econ, we have room for an ice maker and an air compressor in here, breathing air compressor. This is a turnout washer, something we haven't had, and this will be great for us so we can wash protective equipment. This is more looking out towards Market Street and the front of the station. Up above there's the mezzanine. That's where all the HVAC equipment is, the hot water tank. That's why the ladder's there. So we have nothing on the roof. The only thing that'll be on the roof is the radio antennas. We already have an opening to run the antenna wire up through there. So everything else, there'll be no need for anybody to go on the roof once that is, the antennas are up there. All the service and changing filters will be up on the mezzanine. We're going back into the kitchen area, training area, down in the hall. This is the decon area where you can clean up after EMS calls. There's stainless steel here and some lock cabinets and clean up area here. We have an eye wash station over here, and there'll be lockers in here for storage of equipment. back out into the apparatus bay, and around the corner. This is more cleanup area and EMF storage. We have locked cabinets and storage for our equipment. And this is going to be real handy for us. About the size of my office now. So anyway, all right, we'll go back out into the apparatus bay. We're going to get outside. This is a view of the front view of the building at night with all the lights on and the entrance. So then swing around towards the office. We'll swing around towards the office of the building, the flagpole and stuff. So it's a great looking building. So Old City Hall, the parking zone.
With our
Anyway, all right, back the other way. Anyway, flagpole, you get that? The lights on. We just need a flag. The lights on up there. It's on an eye, so it only comes on during the dark. So we won't have to adjust it, and it only shines down. So that's great deal. Anybody have any questions? That's about it.
Terry,
Well, did you say something, Christine?
I was just gonna say that's a wonderful, wonderful tour. Thank you, Terry.
You're welcome. Thank Carrie. She did the video. I just talked. It was a fun event for us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Terry and Carrie.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye.
Okay, Wade, there you go.
That's awesome.
yeah, you didn't get a real look at the marking on the wall in the lobby, which is
The pumper.
our pumper from a catalog of about just at the turn of the century. You know, you want a great fire pumper for your community, order this, you know? That's what we have on display in Salem, or not Salem, but the fire museum. So we didn't have the space for it, so we did the next best thing.
I think that was
Isn't that
great.
neat?
Yeah, that's really cool.
There are gonna be chairs in that waiting area.
Yes.
Right there. Okay,
Yes.
great. That'll be perfect. That'll be perfect. Anybody have any comments on that? Shall we move on? Okay, we want to approve the minutes. City Council meeting of November 12th and the Water Resource Committee of October 6th. Does anybody have any statements or information on those that they want to share with us?
I have a question
Okay,
on page 6, the minutes. The first bulleted item at the top says the radar speed sign that was moved from bridge due to construction will be stored and then reinstalled at the new city limits. I'm not sure if I missed that discussion, but I wasn't sure what that was referring to, the new limits.
Yeah. When you come in from Abbey Road, you're heading south to come into the city, there's the speed radar sign there at 16th.
Okay,
Okay, now that we've annexed the property for the new subdivision,
right,
that's gonna need to be relocated to the top of the hill.
okay,
And,
the other side of the subdivision.
okay,
right, and there's a speed zone request that's into the county now. They're gonna need state approval to change that to 25 miles an hour, that stretch that's now in the city. So when that gets done, we'll set that new radar up there. You can see it coming up to the hill towards John Landing.
Yeah.
And then you'll be at the city pretty much at that point. So
All right, cool. And this, and the next bullet item, code enforcement officer position, has drawn several good applicants. Can we get an update on that in the administrator's report this evening?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, Doug and Chris, do you have anything with the water minutes?
No, it is as I remember them. I think, we really spent the time mainly going through the future projects, what we did over the last 10 years, and any issues of concern. I think it covers what we discussed well. And we pretty much wrapped up the water committee at that point. So there's no water committee to approve these minutes. So we bring it to council for approval.
Okay. Okay, then I need a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the Water Resource Committee meeting minutes of October 6, 2020.
Do I have a second?
how about the council, November 12th?
I wasn't there, so I can't make that.
Okay,
Do I have a second for the water committee minutes?
I'll second
All in favor?
Aye.
it.
All
Aye.
opposed? Any opposed? Yeah, I think did everybody vote?
yeah.
Okay,
Do we have Sheila on now?
there's Sheila right there, I think. Is that her with her?
Oh, no audio, still, I guess, for Sheila. Okay,
Sheila still doesn't have any audio.
She does, she is on mute. Let's see
oh,
if I can unmute. Okay, I can't unmute her from
but
here.
it says,
There, now she's unmuted.
Did I
Okay.
get on?
Yay!
Okay. I would like the clarification from the report for the Yamhill County Sheriff's Office. The language in the minutes, I would like it to be more clear because the term is basically that it's a general rule, and I don't believe that McMahon was unclear about the parking situation for overnight parking at the city or county parks.
Okay, Sheila, let's do this. We're in the middle of okaying the water minutes. Let's
Right.
get that finished and that vote done, and then we'll work on the minutes for the council meeting. How's that?
Okay,
Okay, so we have a second for the minutes on the water committee. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Doug, Christine, and Chris, all aye?
Aye, yes.
Okay, so passed unanimously.
okay,
Okay, so now let's go back to the council meeting for November 12th. And Sheila, explain what you want done with the section 4, please, again?
well, the term general rule, I believe the deputy clearly stated that there was no parking in the city parks or county parks. So I would like to see that general rule removed and
Okay.
just stated that there is no parking in the city parks after sunset.
So you wanted to say Deputy McMahon stated that there is
No parking.
no parking. So you want to get rid of stated on all the way down to and just stated no parking in the city parks after sunset. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Is that correct?
it is,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Does anybody have a problem with that change?
That's a good change.
No.
Okay. Okay, anything else, Sheila?
Specific on all the parks in town. So I think that it's wiser to have general removed.
Okay,
Okay, I have a concern about that because what about at the community center? That's a park and there is activity there after dark.
But what
There's
we're
the-
talking about is what was discussed in the meeting. What we're talking about is the meeting minutes, we're not debating the rules right now about that. We're just talking about how it was phrased for the meeting minutes, just to be clear. We're not
And I
debating
wasn't
the rules.
there. And I agree, I wasn't there, but the general rule would be different. It would be a different rule for that. So isn't that what he said or not?
Just to clarify, there's separate parking for the community center versus the park. So
Okay,
Bridge Street is the designated parking for Commons Park, where the baseball field is and the bleachers. There's separate paved parking for the community center.
Great.
so the proposed change is to remove that, the general rule is that there is, and then stop there. And then it goes on to say no parking in the city.
Actually, just,
Well, that's what I said. That's what I said.
yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
I know, okay. Okay, okay, do we want to go ahead and okay that with this change? So I need a motion then.
Motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 12th, 2020, including changes noted.
Okay. Second,
I second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
aye.
So Doug, did you say aye? Are you muted?
It doesn't know.
You got to unmute Doug to,
Can you unmute yourself, Doug?
I think you said it's not working.
Oh, it's not working. Okay, do a thumbs up if it passes.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So
Oh,
everybody,
thank you, Kevin. Yeah, and I mean, that's awesome.
okay, can you hear us now, Doug? No, he's not.
Oh, he's not getting it.
No, unfortunately, I can't unmute him when he's muted himself.
Okay. Doug, you gotta unmute yourself. Can you text him?
I think he needs to hit the little blue button up in the right-hand corner with the 3 dots.
Problem of it is he can't hear you because he's muted.
Oh, he can hear us.
Oh, he can hear us. Okay.
Oh,
Here comes help.
I don't think Vivian knows. Anyway, he did a thumbs up, so we pass.
the November 12th as amended.
Right,
Yeah,
as amended. Okay.
and we did a vote on that. I didn't get the second, but I imagine you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doug, bottom left of your screen should be a little microphone that says mute, unmute. Click on that little guy and it should take care of it.
Depending on what kind of computer he has, if he's using a Mac, that button could be somewhere else because mine's not, that's not where mine is.
Oh, that's true.
Mine's a Mac and it's in the up right-hand corner.
We had him earlier, didn't we? Wasn't he?
I thought we did.
Yeah, I think we had him earlier.
Okay.
Somebody should have went out and given him a class on this.
Well, Doug's been on our Yamhill Regional Water Authority meeting, participates and everything. Yeah, I don't know what the answer is here.
Okay. We've got the minutes approved. Is that correct, Preston?
Yeah, that was unanimous,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, do we have any additions or deletions from the agenda from anybody? Okay. Citizens input on non-agenda items. We're going to deviate a little bit from what we normally do. We have 3 letters that have come in from people that wanted to be here and have them read. And we don't usually do this because they're here, but we're going to do that tonight because of the fact that they can't be here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read 2 and then I'm going to have Wade read 1. Okay. First one that I'm going to read is from Travis Johnson. Kevin, please list this as general public citizens comment for the December 10th meeting. To mayor, councilor, and city staff. Thank you for all you have done in 2020 for the people and visitors of our town. That was from Travis.
Oh, nice.
And then we have another one from Hillary. It says, Mayor and Council, I wanted to take a moment to show my appreciation for allowing public input to be submitted in writing, especially as the council meeting is being conducted remotely. I believe one of the most important reasons a council meeting is public is to allow the public to be part of it, which is true. I also want to officially congratulate our newly elected and re-elected council members. I'm excited to see how they will use these positions to serve our community. I additionally want to thank Mayor Sproul and her term of service as our mayor and congratulate our newly elected mayor, Wade. Okay, that's from Hillary. Now the third one.
This is from Greg Ghilardi, Mayor Sproul, current council, city admin, and city staff. I had hoped to deliver this message in person. I wanted to thank all of you for your service to our community and city. I have noticed that this group of folks has had the most progress since 2006. Parenthetically, firehouse, MAC water, street improvements, increased citizen communication, and more. And hope you are all proud of your accomplishments. You should be. This is a credit not just to the mayor and council, but the city staff as well. Thank you. I also wanted to publicly apologize to you, Mayor Sproul. When you ran for mayor, I was not very nice or diplomatic to you with my written words on social media. Your performance while in the office of mayor exceeded my expectations, and I sincerely apologize for not giving you more credit at that time. I realize you are thick-skinned and it bounced off, but I do appreciate all you have done for the city over the decades as councilor and most recently as mayor. I have a lot of respect for you. I wish you well. I am sure we will see each other around. I also want to congratulate the 3 newly elected councilors and newly elected mayor and look forward to continuing the progress that I see the city making. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and happy and prosperous New Year. The city is finally headed in the right direction.
Thank you to everybody that took the time to send in a comment. It is appreciated. Okay, the next thing on the list is the public hearing. The public hearing is going to be about the park SDCs. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to open the hearing, then we're going to have the presentation of about the SDCs, and then we'll go into reading our comments and a public discussion, and then we'll close that and go into the council discussion. So the purpose of this hearing is to receive public input on the proposed resolution which will amend the Parks System Development Charge and update the Parks Master Plan, Capital Improvement Plan. So I'm going to open the hearing for the SDCs. So now what we need to do is get Kurt McLeod do his presentation.
Kurt,
Okay.
are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me?
We
Let
can
me
hear
turn
you.
my computer on. Good.
We can't see you though.
It's nice to sit here without a mask on. So tonight, what I've brought before you is Resolution 2020-14. It's an update to the system development charge for parks. Let me give you a quick walkthrough of your existing SDC, and then we'll talk about the changes that we've incorporated in the current 2020 SDC. In 2004 was the last time the parks system development charge was updated, and that's when the Parks Master Plan was prepared last time. They used a level of service basis, which is the same as what we do now. However, they based their fee on a list of capital improvements that they identified as deficiencies in each park. And then they limited allocating those costs to just the anticipated growth to the year 2025. So they had anticipated the population would be 5,257, and they had simply allocated the cost of the itemized deficiencies over that increase in population. At that time in 2004, you had a level of service of 2.68 acres per 1,000 population. And at that time, you also had an average household population of 3.07 persons. In 2004, the total of that capital improvement plan was 857,000. And of that, only 46% was eligible for SDC. That was the percentage of growth that would occur between 2004 and 2025. So the current SDC, what we've proposed for the 2020 SDC update, what we have done in general is inventoried all of your parks, inventoried the value of the improvements, inventoried the value of the real estate, and then divided that by your population. So what we've done is we've determined what your actual level of service is, which is actually about 3.67 acres per 1,000 population. And then we also have, Kevin has completed an update of the master plan and of the deficiencies and the capital improvements that are needed for your parks. We use that number to determine what's full build-out. And so we are not at full build-out of the 3.67 acres per 1,000. We have a list of deficiencies. So what I have done is accounted for those deficiencies by reducing the full build-out cost of our parks. So kind of a circular logic. What I did was I took the value of your parks and I actually inventoried every component of your park. Then I added the deficiencies. So we came up with a dollar amount for what the total development cost is of your parks, of your 3.67 acres per 1,000 people. Then we back out the development cost because we find out what the net charge we can charge for each person in the future. So what that ended up saying is we come back to a cost. Sorry about that. We come back to a cost per person of, and I don't have that number right in front of me here. I should have. We ended up with a cost per person of $1,088 per person. That's the value of your existing parks allocated to your existing population. So that number can go on in perpetuity. It isn't dependent upon the amount of growth that's projected in the next 20 years. All it is saying as your population grows, we want to include that much more park. We want to try to develop 3.67 acres of park developed to the level of development you have now in your existing parks. So the capital improvement plan in 2004 was 857,000. Your capital improvement now is $1,260,000 roughly. So there's a list of improvements to be made to each of your parks. And the way the new SDC reads is that all it is based on population. It's based on allocating $1,088 per person. That's the maximum you can charge. Now, it's up to the city council to determine the actual rate they want to charge, but the maximum you can charge is that $1,088 per person. We've also included a 2% administrative charge. In the 2004 SDC, there was a 10% administrative charge.
Oh, interesting.
So it's pretty straightforward. All we have done is quantified the value of your parks, divided it by your population. We end up with a level of service that's comparable to the level of development,
Okay,
and take that times the population of a typical household.
I've got sound coming in.
Oh, we can hear you, Doug.
Oh, I said 3416.
We can hear you, Doug.
Thank you.
Yep.
So with that, it's a very simple process what we did for parks. Is there any questions on our methodology? And let me maybe give you a kind of a better overview in that in 2004, they really did not account for the value of your existing parks. All they did was identify deficiencies and said, okay, we want those deficiencies fixed by the population increase between 2004 and 2025. So now what we're doing is just the opposite. We're quantifying the value of all your parks and making sure that any new connection pays a comparable amount to the value of the existing parks per person.
So Kurt,
Yes.
how did we get from the 2.68 per thousand people to the 3.67?
Well, over the last 16 years, your park systems have grown to where you have more acreage. You have more acreage per population than you did back then.
Okay.
This doesn't account for, we don't need to take into consideration grants and loans, or rather grants and donations. We simply inventory your parks. Now, one thing this does not include, it does not include the schools, and it does not include the county parks. So those are identified in the Parks Master Plan, but those are not parks that are funded with the city's system development charges. So we did not include those.
Okay.
I think you also have a listing of where your proposed fee would fall relative to a dozen or so of the surrounding communities that Preston put together in that transmittal, which shows that you would be, right now you're only fourth from the bottom of maybe 15, and it would put you up to where you're fifth from the top if we went to what's been proposed, I understand, as 3244, which is just an even 4 times what the rate was in 2004, slightly less than what the calculations say your maximum rate can be.
So what you're saying here in the second paragraph, that if at the recommendation of 3244, our SDCs would only change from 16,027 to 18,460 total. Is that correct?
No, I don't recognize those numbers. What are those numbers? Where are you seeing that?
This, I don't know. You must not have our.
I didn't print out your packet. Is that in the memo, cover memo of the packet?
Yeah, it's in the Lafayette. It's in the staff report.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, and I think that what was done there is an inventory of all of your SDCs. So that includes your parks, transportation, sanitary sewer, storm drain. So that's the total of all your parks, all of your SDCs. Yes.
So our SDCs totally would only be up to 18,460.
Yes.
Okay. Does any one of you guys have any questions? What do you think?
Are we on the public comment portion of the?
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Never mind. We're on the presentation, excuse me. Thank you, Chris. Okay, so that's the presentation. Is that, is there anything that else you want to share with us, Kurt?
No, that'd be it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to read the public comment section. Okay. There's only one comment, and that's from Travis, and it says, Kevin, good afternoon. Thank you for writing the packet. This is a citizen comment for the public hearing for the December 10th meeting for the Parks SDC topic. If possible, I request consideration of leaving the current Parks SDC rate in place for any new ADU accessory dwelling units additions in the city while approving the park SDC rate change increase to impact future new full lot, new homes and site builds. This could enable the current city residents to have an ADU while still paying all of the existing SDC rates fees without paying the higher rate. So what his comment is basically is anybody that puts an ADU on their property only pays the old SDCs and not the new amounts, basically, is what his comment is.
Can that be done? I mean, is that a feasible option, or is that even realistic?
Well, it can be done. Can you hear me okay, Christine? Yeah, it can be done. It's just not good policy to do that because you're excluding a housing development that's not paying its fair share. You might recall that when ADUs were approved by the council, the standards were they have their own meter, they pay a full set of SDCs, their own water and sewer hookups. Now, to exempt them from the overall cost of new development onto the city in terms of parks, it's just not good policy. You want to have SDCs that apply to all the new impacts that affect our existing investments. So what I'm saying is it's just not good policy to exempt some housing and not others. I think I understand what Travis is trying to ask to encourage more development, but it's not good policy. You want to have all new development to pay their fair share of the impact on our services.
Let me contribute that the fee is actually based on population. So it's really anticipating what would the population be in an ADU. So we had anticipated the population would be comparable to a single family residential with 3.1 persons per ADU.
It's probably
Thank
high.
you for clarifying that. I appreciate. Yeah, I just wasn't even sure if that was something you could do. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, the 3.1 per household, that comes in, that's part of our urban growth boundary analysis. In the terms of the existing housing units, what we're expecting, and how we projected population, it's all based on that 3.1 residents per household.
Okay, that's the public comment section, and that was the only comment. So I'm going to close the public comment, and then we'll go into the counselor's comment section.
So close the public hearing, is
Yeah.
that what you're doing?
I'm going to close the public hearing. The public hearing is closed, so now let's have a counselor's discussion. You want to go first?
No, go ahead.
You know, I think that our SDCs have been so low for so long, and this basically is the only place that we get money for the parks at this point in time.
Mhm.
And when the subdivision up there is done, at this point in time, we don't have anything in the future other than ADUs and infills and stuff like that. And we need the money for the parks. Because from the people that I've talked to in the city, parks are important to them.
Mhm.
You know, and those SDCs are only going to, instead of being on the bottom of something, we're going to be top middle for a change.
I agree about the city's desire to develop parks. This goes clear back. If you look in the records, clear back in the mid 2000s, there was a lot of research done and a lot of public comment made about people's desire to see parks developed. So I'm in favor of doing what we can to generate some revenue to make that happen. As long as it's not on our citizens' backs, which is nice that this would not be.
My understanding is that the ST fees permits in a whole are approximately around $20,000.
Just says here, Kayla, that they're 18,460 are our total SDCs
Okay.
With the proposed increase.
with the
The
proposed.
current ones are 16,027.
Right,
Okay, so it's gonna jump up to a total of 18,000?
right.
18,460 if you adopted the recommended amount for the new SDCs.
And are developers such as the development that's being built now, do they pay the full price, the full fee for these STCs, including the
Yeah.
park?
Yes,
Correct, yes. Those are collected at the time the building permit is issued.
Yeah. I just didn't know if they had received a discount with building a huge development. That's
No.
all.
No discounts.
Okay.
and then those are wrapped into the price of the home.
Yeah, I understand. I just wanted to know what the total price was with this addition. Because for many, $16,000 is already pretty substantial.
Didn't you say that Sherwood's up to 50,000?
Well, something like that overall. I can't remember the numbers, but we are, and Kurt, maybe you can chime in on this, but with our increase in SDCs to 18,460, where do you think that kind of puts us with other cities in the region or across the state for a city our size? Can you comment on that?
Well, you know, it's hard because each community is a little different, but you should recognize the fees that are a little higher are the ones who have been diligent in keeping their SDCs current. So you'll find these communities that have no SDCs or very low SDCs, kind of like your old $811 SDC. You know, that was 16 years ago. So anyone that's updated their SDCs, the fees are substantially higher. You know, when the land values now are $300,000 an acre and development costs are very high. So anyone who has current SDCs, the fees are high. Anyone who has let their SDCs sit for 10 plus years, they're the ones that have the lower fees. I can't relate to the total 18,000 versus the communities around you. The smaller communities, I think, have smaller fees. Larger communities don't feel restricted. They charge high fees. I live in Canby. The parks fee is just under $6,000 in Canby.
And on the staff report, we gave several cities parks SDCs, not overall, but the parks. And you can see how we're just about at the bottom.
This new change would put us just above Yam Hill a little bit.
The Yam Hill is a lot,
Smaller.
extremely smaller than we are, and theirs are at 3114.
Yeah.
This is a way to fund our parks to a certain extent without hitting the citizens with a big fee. And that's something that at this time in our economy is tough, but we need to look at the fact that when we come out of all of this, we've got to be able to build our parks.
Your Honor, if I could mention on the resolution that's provided in the packet, And I'm sure it's my fault, but working right up to the packet, pretty much. There were some adjustments in this resolution. They're minor points, but there are three things. I could go through those. And I'm sorry about that, but
You need to tell us the
it's page 25 of your packet. It's page 2 of the proposed resolution.
Okay, page 20.
And section 6, it mentions the maximum fee, and that's the wrong figure. It should be 33.73. So I think what I did is when I redid this, I saved it over and copied. I don't know, but the newest version did not get in there. But these are minor points. Number 7, the Parks SDC recommended at 32.44. That includes the administration costs. It's not separate from administration. That fee includes the 2% administrative fee. And then on number 9, I just included a couple sentences to explain the major components that were added to the CIP, being Abigail Scott Dunaway Park and a conceptual plan for the development of Veterans Park. Those were just the two biggest elements added to our updated CIP. So those were some changes. I'm sorry that didn't get in here, but it does give me the opportunity to mention that I think, as our consultant, Kurt McLeod, mentioned, this report allows you to raise fees up to a maximum of $33.73. We're recommending $32.44, which includes the administrative fee. That's what the proposed resolution is.
Let me contribute to that in that I caused that confusion. When I first put the number in the resolution, I accounted for the fee exclusive of the administration charge. So when I refer to the fee, the maximum fee you can charge is $33.73. There's an additional $67 of administration charge, which makes the total number, if we're to be comparing that with section 7, the total number would actually be $34.40 is the max that we'd say you could support based on your existing park level. Let me also contribute one other thing. The question earlier about how we went from 2.68 in 2004, 2.68 acres per thousand. Now we're at 3.67. In 2004, we had 7.97 acres of parks with a population of 3,000 people, 3,010. And this year we have 15.1 acres of park with a population of 4.125. So your acreage of park has gone up much more rapidly than your population. So that's very good.
Preston, can I ask a question?
Yes. Yes.
Just so I understand what you're saying, the resolution that we'll be voting on is one that there are changes on that you just noted, correct? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
That
Yes.
it's not the one we have in front of us on paper?
That's correct. The only thing that's really meaningful in that is that amount listed as a maximum fee on 6, and then the amount that you would adopt, which would be in number 7.
Right.
So in section 6, that maximum fee number should be $3,373.
Oh, he just
He
changed.
just said 3,440.
3440.
Well, if you add in the administrative costs.
Yeah.
So it's just, here it's written.
Hold on, Preston.
Yes.
Can you have Kevin email us right now this resolution, because I'm not voting on one I can't see
You
or
bet.
read.
You bet. We can do that.
Thank you.
If you look at the last,
You only need to change page 25. You only need to email.
if you look at the last page of the methodology, it actually refers to the SDC fee as 3373. So when in my narrative in the SDC, the term SDC fee is only the SDC fee and does not include the administration charge. That's the way section 6 reads on the resolution, is it talks about the SDC fee. So it
Okay, so
reads
it's-
correctly for the fee only without administration charge.
Well, then to be consistent, should we remove the administrative fee from the proposed figure that we're talking about? Instead of 3244, it would be that minus the 2% administrative fee?
That would make it consistent, yes.
Okay.
It'd be
Since that-
3180. 3180
Okay.
would be the fee plus 2%.
Why would you want to drop what you're charging for SDCs?
I don't know why we don't put it all together as one.
At the top.
total. One total.
Well, make it 3440 and it's $200 more. You're going to need every penny of that to build one park, much less all the work that we have to do.
We can do that.
Aren't the correct numbers on page 33?
I don't know what your page 33 is. Is that the second page of the resolution?
I'm not exactly sure, but it says the total number is the 3440.
3440 is the last page of the system development charge methodology. And you can see that that second column calls the improvement fee per EDU is 3373. That's the SDC fee, and then the administrative charge is $67. And so the total of that.
The
The
correct
question-
fee could be in 16 places in this packet, but we're voting on the resolution, so that's where we need to see them.
I'm
Okay.
just asking for clarification before I get the email from Kevin.
Okay, 3440 includes the base fee plus the 2%.
Yes,
Okay, so it's the total fee that someone is going to pay when he pays the SDCs on a house. 3440. So now, do we want to say in two places, this is the base fee plus 2%? Or do we want to just say that this is the total fee of 3440?
Total fee, you put the total fee in is what I would do.
To me, putting the total fee in is less confusing than if you're trying to say in one spot, this is the fee, or this is the price, and then this is the fee.
You can do that. You bet.
I think using the 3440,
Okay.
the total is the best option to do. It's less confusing to us, and I would imagine developers and everything else.
We can do that. Yes. So,
Okay, so what we need to do here is we need to adjust this and email it to everyone so that they see with the 3440 on it,
okay, well, we'll do that.
okay?
Is that section 6?
Yes.
in section 6. But you need to change section 6 and 7.
7,
If
okay.
you're
what
going to
do we
make
change?
both of them 3440.
Oh, both
Yeah.
of them 3440. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And take out the plus administrative charges in section 7?
You know, I had thought that Preston had modified that earlier because I thought he had said that included administrative costs.
That
Well,
was
then
what
what we
Tracy
should, what we
corrected.
should take out is plus administrative costs. What we should say is included administrative
Yes.
costs.
Yes.
Includes.
Including.
Including administrative costs.
Well, including implies plus.
No, including means it's already
Oh,
included in.
Or just say, which includes administrative costs.
That's what we said, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's in the same-
Okay.
I think to be consistent with section 6, you could actually not even address administrative costs in section 7. Just say the park fee of $34.40 per EDU is hereby adopted. You wouldn't have to address administrative charge at all. It's not addressed in section 6 either.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so what we want to do is per the council discussion, the park SDC fee of $34.40 per EDU hereby adopted.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yes, we can do that.
And then 6, all we need to do with 6 is change the figure, the 34, 1216 to 3440, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So those are the only two changes we need to change and then get this page out to the guys.
We have it right now.
I mean,
He didn't get that phrase stricken out of there.
Which includes,
well, the only
2%.
thing that he didn't get is that little change in number 7.
Yeah,
Well, we gotta get it changed and resend it.
We can
he
do that.
he does have a change there in 7.
oh, he does.
Yeah, he puts down, let's see, the park, SDC, a fee of $34.40 per EDU, which includes a 2% administrative fee.
No, that shouldn't be in
We
there.
want that out of there. What it should say is per EDU hereby adopted. Get rid of any statement about the administrative fee.
Okay.
Do you want me to,
Here, let me show
you
you.
want me to change that and send it out again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, new updates coming, guys.
This is kind of fun.
You have a weird version of fun, Marie. I'm not gonna lie, that's weird.
We used to have to wait.
You would know, you would think this is fun.
Yeah, so, sorry about that, but you're getting, you should have it now
Yes, we do.
updated, just as you talked about. Just as you suggested.
Can he give us a copy of it? Well, maybe we should pull our email.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep, we got it.
Doug, could you email a copy?
That's called efficiency.
Yeah.
Did you get it, Christine?
I did, thank you.
Kayla, did you get it?
Yeah, I'm reading it. Oh, yes, I'm reading it right now. I didn't know if I was muted.
You go, take it, speak it out. I think it's includes everything. Including that extra sentence on number 9, I talk about the park, Abigail Scott Dunaway and the Veterans Park.
Oh, yes, I see. Yeah.
I couldn't figure out how come we increased our stuff, but I forgot about Abigail Dunaway, and I was just thinking about veterans. Okay.
I just want to clarify, in section 6, the 3,440, does that amount include the 2% administration fee?
Yes, it
Yes.
does.
Okay. Because I feel like section 5 almost contradicts, well, it makes section 6 uncertain because it almost reads that you could add a 2% onto the 3,440, which already includes the 2%.
I agree. It's confusing because it says and requires administration fees to be collected with the SDC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say on top of or anything. It says with it. So by collecting
Like-
3440, it's with the administrative.
Seems like it could be interpreted either way.
But also note that the attachment is the actual SDC methodology that quantifies that 2% separate as a component of 3440. So that the SDC methodology is an attachment to this resolution, and it defines where that 2% is.
So should it say requires the administration fee to be collected as part of the SDC fee?
It does.
Added to the total of
What if
park
it said,
SDC.
city hereby adopts an administrative fee of 2% that is included in the total of the park SDC?
That sounds much more clear.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
So just add back in what section 7 said originally.
Yeah, let's
No,
just,
we're
Which
talking
includes-
section 5. They're talking about
Oh,
section
oh,
5.
Section 5, yeah.
So what do you want changed? Is specific words do you want changed in section 5?
Well, it was really section 6 because what I was saying was section 5 made section 6 confusing in the sense of, did that 3,440 already include the 2%?
So what do you, okay,
It's specified maybe in section 6 that that amount is including that 2%. I think that would be sufficient.
Which includes the 2%.
Yeah.
so, and do you want to use the 2% or you just want to say the administrative fee? So in case the 2% changes,
It's not gonna change.
it's not going to change?
We
Okay.
can't change it without another
It should spec-
resolution.
Correct.
Well, can't we just change number 6 to say city hereby adopts an administration fee of 2%, which will be included in the total of the park SDC?
Yep.
Well, we've already said that up here in the top. It says in accordance with ORS hereby adopts an administrative fee of 2%. So we have to say that.
But then it says to be added to the total.
But what I'm saying, the only thing that we need to do here is in number 6 is state that the 2% administrative fee is included in the SDC fee.
Either way.
Or you could say that, yeah, the 3,440 amount.
Includes the administrative fee.
That's all I'm saying.
Can you figure that out?
Well, yeah, we had that in section 7. We can put it in 6 or 5 or wherever you want.
Put it in both.
Yeah.
We can put them in both. You want it under 6 and 7? We could put them in both if you like.
I don't see why we need to put it in 7. I think we just need to put it in 6. It's already included.
Okay. So the 34040, which includes the 2% administrative fee
Yes.
per equivalent dwelling unit,
Mhm.
which includes the 2% administrative fee.
Mhm.
We can add that under section 6.
Right.
Is that where you want it? Okay. So we'd read a maximum fee of $34.40, which includes the 2% administrative fee per equivalent dwelling unit, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
Good to me.
So we can send out a new one, or you can just approve it as discussed.
Yeah, approve it as discussed.
Is that okay, Christine?
Yeah, let me just make sure I'm reading it clearly. The max for section 6, second row down, the maximum fee of $3,440, which includes the 2% administrative fee per equivalent dwelling, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Is that how it'll be worded?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, that's okay.
Okay.
You okay with that one, Blaine?
Yeah. Thanks for catching that, Kayla. That could have been confusing. That was,
No problem.
Okay, so
We need to get a motion and a
that's right.
second.
We're on to the motion. Okay. Does somebody want to make a motion for that resolution?
As revised for discussion.
Mhm.
sure. I move to approve resolution 2020-14, increasing the park's SDC to $34.40
Uh-huh.
per equivalent dwelling unit, which includes the administrative fee, and amending the park's development plan with an updated capital improvement program.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sheila?
Aye.
Okay. Chris, what happened? Did we lose Chris?
Oh, no.
We might have lost Chris.
That would be Chris.
Gosh.
Apparently he had to leave.
That's-
He's not even connected, it doesn't look like.
So we'll record that as a absent.
Right.
So it would be 5-0, the vote. 5-0, okay.
So that we had you made the motion, is that right?
I did.
And it was seconded and we had the vote, so it's 5-0, so the motion passes.
Very good.
Hallelujah.
Okay, thank you very much.
I think maybe this is more work.
Yeah, thank you, Kurt.
I will slip away.
Thank you, Kurt.
Thank you,
Thank you, Kurt.
Thank you. Happy holidays to everyone.
Right on, you too, Kurt.
Okay, so that puts us down to 10B, correct?
Yes.
And we did A, so we're done there. Okay. Okay, let's get to this. Move to the next one. Okay, what this is going to do is this is going to certify the general election, and I just want to take a moment real quick to say thank you to all of the people that put themselves out there to run for council. I think it was really great this year. I don't think in all of the years, 10, 12 years that I've been involved, that we've had this many people interested in council. And when we get this many people, then we get a good sampling of the citizens. So I want to congratulate Kayla, Lee, and James for being elected. And then I also want to thank Hillary, Jeremy, Gregory, Tracy, Doreen, and Jeffrey for making the effort to run. And let them know that there's going to be a lot of stuff in the city that they can go to, that we've got openings on the budget committee, the planning committee, we've got openings on, what other committee do we have?
Downtown.
The downtown facade committee. And we have 2 openings there, and get involved there.
Did you mention budget committee?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Budget. So what we need to do, unless somebody has wants to contest the results.
Oh, my gosh. Who would do that?
Maybe we can ask other states to help contest.
Anyway, can I have a motion?
I move to approve, oh, wrong page, hold on. Oh, that was the right one. I move to approve resolution 2015, accepting the certified results from the Yamhill County Clerk for the November 2020 general election.
I second that. I second that.
Thank you, Sheila. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? No? Okay. So the only person that was missing was Chris.
Right, we lost Chris.
Yeah, we lost Chris.
Right.
We did have a recount, you know.
I heard, yeah.
Okay, let's go on to the next one.
Yeah, nobody asked for it, it was just required.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was under the 0.05% change. Okay, traffic controls on 7th. Evidently, what they've decided that needs to be done is the intersection on 7th and Jefferson needs to be changed to a 4-way stop, and the one down the street on Adams and 7th switched to the other way. And that evidently should alleviate some of the problems that people are having with that 7th and Jefferson intersection. Do I have any comments on that?
Exactly what they did on 12th and Jefferson. So it should work.
That's right, Doug, yes.
Well, I'll just comment that it is hazardous if you're driving up Jefferson and you come to 7th, those arborvitae there completely block your view from traffic coming on 7th Street. So I checked it out the other day. It is a dangerous intersection. So something needs to be done. Either the arborvitae come down or we switch the stop sign, because the way it is right now is dangerous.
Well, we're not switching the stop
Well,
sign.
if
adding
traffic's
to
coming
a
east,
4-way stop.
the
Oh.
incline of the road, the hill that the eastbound traffic's driving up also makes it hard to see them.
That's-
So
yeah.
the arborvitae aren't the only problem. by far.
I mean,
Yeah.
when you stop at when the stop signs are in, can you see after stopping though?
Yes, because I
Okay.
checked it out too, and after stopping, you can see, but before, if you're just going through,
Yeah, you
it could
can't
be
see.
hazardous.
Okay, good.
Okay. Did you understood that?
Well,
I
It-
do
it
have
does
one
say-
question.
it's-
So we're voting on the traffic controls themselves. Preston, have the tree limbs of the maple tree already been trimmed? Has that part been taken care of? Because that doesn't require a vote.
No, and where's the maple tree?
It's in option number 2 and mentioned multiple times throughout the
Uh-huh.
report that regardless of what we do, the maple tree limbs, the limbs on the maple tree should be trimmed as such that the site triangle is clear up to 8
Right.
feet. So
Well-
those have to go no matter what we do.
Yeah, I'll check and make sure that got done. Yes,
Thank you.
you bet.
The only other thing on that intersection is on the corner of, as you're coming up Jefferson and you stop on 7th, if you look triangle to the left, there's a whole bunch of crabapple trees and those need to be cut back way because they're hanging over and they're scratching cars as they go by. So those need to be,
Moved out of the right of way?
Well, I think that's been done. I'll double check that too.
they're still hanging over the power line so that it has not been done.
Okay,
If they're over the power line, I think PGE has to participate in that.
Well, somebody does because I know, because I drove my vehicle through there and it scraped the whole top of my RV.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Made me mad.
yeah, I'll check on both of those. Yes.
Okay. Do I need a motion then?
Yes.
Somebody want to give me a motion?
I move to,
Go ahead. It's all you,
Nope.
Doug. Nope, you do it.
okay. I move to approve the new traffic controls for 7th and Jefferson, a 4-way stop, and 7th and Adams, flip the stop signs from 7th to Adams.
I second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Asked unanimously. Opposed? Nobody opposed?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, this is the service line warranty program that we talked about last time. And I'd kind of like to have Christine tell us what she found and what she thought.
Yeah, so at the last meeting, we had talked about, one of the things that we had discussed is whether or not there are other line service warranty programs out there that aren't endorsed by city. So if we choose to continue to not participate with Service Line Warranties of America, are there other options out there for people? And so basically I had volunteered to look into it. And I'm now on every solicitor's call list and email list. Just FYI, so don't do that. It will get serious about wanting one. But it's fine. So basically what I found was that, I put it in chart form that you should all have in front of you. Service Line Warranties of America, as far as warranty services specifically, they tend to cover more per individual call. They're one of a couple that don't have a maximum. The home serve one seemed to have a few, it had some limitations as far as number of calls you could have per year. And then water resources kind of fell, in the middle of those two. What I found interesting was that a lot of homeowners insurance policies actually have supplemental line coverage. And that by far seemed the best deal to me of any of them. What's interesting is theirs is an insurance policy if you go through your homeowner's insurance. So the benefit to an insurance policy rather than a warranty program is that insurance policies, you have the right to choose your contractors. what I learned with all these warranty programs was you have no choice in who the contractors are, which means you call it the company and you say, oh, you know, my sewer line broke. They say, okay, we're going to send out one of our contractors. And that contractor could be coming from Portland. They could be coming from Eugene. They could be coming from Vancouver. You have no choice. You don't get to change contractors. And I'm sure they vet their contractors. I know that was one of Service Line Warranties of America's selling point, that they very much vet their contractors. They're proud of their contractors, and that's great. But you don't have an option if you have a problem with that contractor. Also with the insurance policies, as opposed to the warranty programs, a lot of the homeowners insurance policies also covered all your gas and electric lines, which is way better than any of these warranty programs. But anyways, comparing Service Line Water Warranties America with, there are a couple others out there in my initial national program search. You know, coverage varies, price varies. I feel like there's comparable enough ones out there that I still have not changed my mind on whether or not I would want to engage in this. And I still don't think it's appropriate for the city to endorse a private company.
I agree with you. With those options available, I think we just need to let the public know that there are other options and let them choose.
I agree.
Yeah, like, you know, Service Line Warranties of America, it seems like a great program. It's really unfortunate that they make the choice to limit it only to cities that participate and will endorse them. I don't play those games, so that's not my jam. I'm not doing it.
Interesting. They're the only company too, based on this small. But still.
Thank you for your research.
Yeah, thanks, Christine.
Thanks. For the
My pleasure.
Okay, so let's move on. Okay. Staff transition overview. This next form is a form, kind of a future form. And one of the things that we did in September, I believe it was September of this year, was to ask Preston to put together a process of when he leaves, how is it going to work for the new person coming in? And this is some information that he's given us about that. Okay.
Correct.
And that is something for the future. It's just something, you know, it comes up quicker than you think it's going to, and you need, and the future counselors are going to need to look at that. And keep that in their eyes.
Correct.
Okay, the next thing too is what's going to happen over the next 2 years. The utility rate increases, the fire state emergency services. These are some of the things that you're going to be dealing with that we've left on the table so far, that we have not gotten to. So this is just something that is it's just a point of interest for you guys that, you know, these are some things that we talked about but we haven't got to, and some things that will need to be dealt with in the next 0 to 2 years. The next one is the 2 to 10 years, and then plus 10 years. Okay. And we just made this up for you for the new mayor and the new council, so that they wouldn't get shuffled and forgotten. So now it's up to you guys to put them on your agendas and do whatever you can. I've done as much as I can with them. Okay.
Excellent job.
If anybody has any questions about what we meant about any of these items, I'd be more than happy to discuss them, but they're pretty self-explanatory. Okay. Okay, did you have anything you wanted to put in about this statement?
So
Okay. The next thing is the pandemic and policy consideration. It's the same thing we've done for the last couple of months. Nothing has really changed from what we've talked about before. I do believe now that the credit page for the restaurant relief program, or the credit requests are now on the website. Thank you for bringing that up, Christine. Appreciate that. So we're gonna, the emergency declaration is gonna stay into place until Governor Brown's goes away. The restaurant relief program right now is set to go to December 31st. Now, we may want to keep it till January 31st. So then the next council in January can decide what they want to do with it.
I think that would be a good idea.
Okay.
Does that take a motion?
No, I don't think so. I think it just takes to put it on the agenda for next month.
Yeah, so extend that to January 31st, 2021.
And then let the new council decide whether they want to go 3 or 4 months or whatever they want to do.
Right, okay, okay.
Facilities, city hall, parks and community centers. I don't believe any of that's changed. They're going to stay closed.
Nope.
The gatherings are the same way. And evidently the city office is closed to the public except for by appointment only, isn't it?
Yeah, no, we did that the week of Thanksgiving with the governor's new order.
So now that was a 2-week stay order. How long are they going to keep that going or?
Well, they have.
They have.
And my guess, the way the numbers are going with the infection rates and all, they're going to continue doing governor updates and we'll pay attention. I think we're going to be in this mode through probably another month at least.
Yamhill County's in the red. They're not gonna lift our restrictions anytime soon.
I didn't think we were. I noticed that our daily counts are keeps getting up and up and up more and more, so.
Yeah, the one new point under gatherings is what the volunteers decided would be best for the toy drive. So we're not wrapping toys individually this year. We just could not come up with a good way to get people together to wrap presents. So the presents are still going to be delivered like normal. In fact, the volunteers want to also do a kind of a parade that day where they go around the city and with Santa and things. But the presents will be delivered like we always do, but they won't be individually wrapped. They'll be in a big bag for a specific person, age, gender, all done. And so that's the one change that had to be made this year. Yeah.
Anybody have any more comments about this? Where are we at? Okay. Okay, Public Works. Any questions about Public Works?
Yeah, Preston, I had a question on November 16th through the 22nd. Says repair a water service leak and broken storm sewer. Was that any significance?
It wasn't a large water leak, no. We were surprised to run into a damaged storm drain under the street. That took maybe as much work to fix as the water line. So, that was a bonus improvement that got thrown in there, but it was not a large leak, no.
Okay.
I had a question in that same section. Worked with engineers and contractors to try to resolve equipment incompatibilities at the new Highway 18 pump station. Tell us, what was that all about?
Well, we have a pump to inject chlorine into the system when needed. And because of the way the flow is, sometimes it's low at times and sometimes it's not even on, but generally we have some flow. And the pump that we had proposed was not allowing the proper gauge for low flow. So it wasn't communicating to the chlorination process, the program, to do all of that automatically. So the pumps and the chlorine residual weren't working together the way we wanted it.
Okay.
And it really did take a good month or better to figure that out. And our engineers working with the contractor and Conrad, they tried everything and they finally got it solved. So, so we can continue with the programming of the chlorination residual, even with the low flows. So I say we think we got it figured out. I think it's a matter of putting in the new gear and testing it. And that's the very last thing before we accept it and give Troy Hallworth a big hug for the great job that he did.
Okay.
Well done.
Preston, I have a question about the shutoffs for non-payment of utility bills. How many of those, and you may not know offhand, but I'm just wondering how many of those came from people who had the option for a repayment program that maybe didn't move forward and take that route? Do you have any idea? Sorry, that was kind of thrown at you.
Everyone with a delinquent account received an option for a payment plan. Everyone was sent a letter and for the most part, people have been really great to respond to that. If we've shut off anybody or how many, I can't tell you that. I'd have to.
Yeah.
I'm possibly Kevin would know, and I can ask him. He's here.
That's okay. I mean, you can email me or whatever. I was just curious. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. And I can let you know, Christine, you bet.
Okay, fire department. I don't recognize this report that we got.
Well, that's because it's a bad report.
I was
Okay,
gonna
we're
say,
gonna change it. It's what we got right now and it needs to be changed because nobody knows what it says.
well, yeah, I know.
So we're working on a different report format. This one, don't cut it.
What happened to the one we used to have?
Well, I don't know, Mary. I
Oh.
don't know. But this doesn't cut it. So we're gonna do something different. And I know we're working on it, but this ain't
Okay.
working. Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay, so anything with the fire department other than the toy drive, Christine?
Nope, just the toy drive. They'll be doing a parade. I know Preston briefly mentioned that. It'll be Christmas Eve. I don't think they've finalized the times, but probably somewhere starting around 6 p.m.-ish. Fire engine, Santa will be driving up and down all the streets, lights, the whole shebang. So there'll be more information coming out about that. We're going to do it after the toys are delivered. The toys are delivered the weekend before. We just want to make sure there's no confusion that they're one and the same. So that'll be done Christmas Eve, which will be a first time they've done that. So, you know, it'll be good.
Okay, I'm gonna do anything on the accounts payable. The only question that I had is when I was signing the check, the business checks that went out to the business people were all under the individual's name rather than business name. Is that the way they were supposed to be?
Well, you noticed where there were a few more in the checks for tonight.
Yeah, that's the ones I looked at.
Right.
Yeah, and then they were all under individual names rather than business names. And I thought that was odd because isn't one of the requirements that they have a business license?
And it is. But why we had some businesses to people or to business names, because we had both. That all goes to what the business name is under. And sometimes it's a sole proprietor, they got their name, it's a professional service or whatever. So we're still waiting on 2 businesses that were of the draw getting back to tax work. And we need to follow up on those, but it's a combination, some with the business, some with the individuals. Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. I was just checking on that because that just seemed odd to me. Okay, now let's turn it over to Preston for his report.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Well, I got a number of items here, and I do need actually a motion from council on one of them. So let me start with that. The Highway 99 project, the city's project to relocate the water line. You'll notice it's well underway. We sent notices to all businesses. We had our first, project meeting this week, our weekly meeting to go through technical things and this and that. And I invited Terry to the meeting, and bless his heart, he had a great idea to add new fire hydrants. It would have been really great to know. It would have been great to know this months ago, but we have 3 existing hydrants that are old. It's tough to construct anymore, and the contractor needing to extend those lines from the main, which is being lowered. It's hard to find parts even for that. So I agree that now's the time to replace those hydrants. And we have 3 of them that need to be replaced. And Terry, bless his heart, says, let's add one at 3rd and Washington too. So I have the engineer working up a change order to put all this into effect, including a new hydrant at the corner of 3rd and Washington. It would be the northwest corner by the cafe there. Because of good coverage and commercial development and everything, it makes sense. So the cost of 4 new hydrants is going to run between $20,000 and $25,000. And we have existing funds for this, but I need to have council motion and approval to expend those monies. And because this project's very timely and we don't want to hold up the contractor, this just came up yesterday. And all I need to move forward on that is to council make a motion to approve 4 new hydrants for 3rd Street. And the approximate cost is between $20,000 and $25,000. And we pay for that through existing funds.
That 25,000 total or each?
Oh, no, that's total for all 4
Second.
hydrants.
Just checking. Okay,
That's
perfect.
correct.
If they were $25,000 each, I think I would go into the hydrant business.
Yeah. So yeah, the change order would actually include the 4 hydrants plus on 3rd and Washington, the extender, that's all on the city. So we got labor, we got parts, and we're thinking it'll be probably around 25. Won't know the full answer. But obviously, I would not spend any money that's not budgeted. I just need council's approval to do that. That's beyond my authority. It's beyond the change order limit the council placed for purchasing, and it just came up yesterday. Yes.
So when you say you wouldn't spend any money that's not budgeted, then that's assuming that this money is budgeted?
Yeah, budgeted under general improvements for water or project monies here that aren't expended because we got a good bid on the project. But this goes beyond your normal change order. We're adding things.
Right.
And so all those reasons and the amount, I need council's authorization to move ahead.
I just want, because obviously this specific project is not in the budget, but there is a budget for capital improvement, water
Correct.
system.
Yes.
Okay. Do we know what that figure is that's in that?
Well, it's in various places. You've got operations, capital, you've got SDCs, you've got monies budgeted for this project. And I didn't have the time to write it all out, Wade. I just,
Sure.
I'm hoping we can act tonight, and I will I will pay for it with budgeted monies. Yes.
So you need a motion.
Yes. Something like you approved the expenditure of budgeted monies to install 4 new fire hydrants on 3rd Street.
Okay. I could just say so moved.
Right on, Doug.
Exactly. So moved. Seconded?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Opposed? Passed unanimously. 5 to.
It won't get any
Well,
cheaper,
thank
that's
you,
for-
everybody. That's, it was unexpected. And Terry, way to go. Bless your heart. We're going to take care of everybody with this project. Yes. Thank you for that. So just some other updates, Your Honor, that don't require council approval. Okay. Based on our projections for this month and our COVID monies allocated to the city, we've had, we're estimating there's going to be about $10,000 left in that fund. And I want council basically to encourage me to do whatever it takes to spend those monies. And that might include going back to our list, our COVID micro grants list, and going right down that line. We may get another request from a local service agency. We might get other expenses that come up. You might recall when we first set this up and talked about it, we were anticipating being reimbursed for some staff time. And we had less of that in November, and we're going to have a much less expectation of that in December because most, if not all, employees have decided, you know, we're just going to hunker down for the holidays. We're not going to travel. We're not going to have to go through quarantine when they get back and all that. And so we're going to have some money that needs to be expended. And unless council has an objection, Kevin and I, we're going to commit those monies by December 31st, which is required.
I do have a Preston, I do have a suggestion. Because the Lafayette Food Pantry has been hit pretty hard with the COVID, I would like to make a suggestion of donating $1,000 to the Lafayette Food Pantry out of the micro grant money, since there's extra money.
We already did. We, Janice wrote us a letter and asked for $3,500, and we gave it to her.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so that was the first thing on the list before anything we thought about.
Wrote a very nice letter and
Yeah, it's a really nice letter, and I sat down and talked to her, and so now she has some good money in her pocket.
Okay, very good. That was my concern.
Thank you, appreciate that. There you go.
okay. All right, so we'll move ahead with that and we'll commit those monies and and try and get as much pre-approval from the state as possible. And they've been very quick to approve our requests, literally within just a few days, 2 or 3 days. We get really good feedback from the state. Okay, you might be interested to know that the official population of the city went up 30 people, July 1st. The population estimate is now 4,155 as of July 1st of this year. Another point on this city project for the relocation of the water line, it became really apparent working with the contractor this week that we have about 17 services that are going to be replaced. And it looks like we might have to interrupt service for 1 connection. It's pretty amazing. I mean, we've factored in a lot into the budget to make sure to minimize service interruptions. And we're right now estimating there's only going to be one. And that's pretty incredible, yes. We did pay for it through the bidding to make sure we didn't. There's temporary service connections to maintain service while the permanent improvements are done, and then we switch back. And but it looks like we might interrupt one. And I can tell you that anybody gets interrupted with service, we'll know ahead of time when that happens, and we'll keep them informed. The Abbey speed zone, oh, we talked about that, moving the sign at the top. Once we get the state has to approve that, actually, it's not the county. So but the county is facilitating that request because it's county jurisdiction. So that's in place. The code enforcement position, we've made an offer, and hopefully that person will be on board by the end of next week. So that's moving forward. Our phone system here at City Hall is going to be changed over here mid next week to a voice over internet system. It allows us to remotely connect. It allows us to do a lot of things, which I can't explain, but the fact that it may help us with remote connections, better connections with public works and other facilities. It's wonderful that that initiative was taken by staff, and so we're looking forward to that new phone system here next week. We have parking signs going to go in Terry, Commons, and Perkins. There was some discussion earlier about community center, and we're going to put up community center parking only signs for the lots that are there developed in front of the community center. So we're going to throw those up too for all of those spaces. That's for community center use only. So that covers, there's some night meetings. I mean, not now, but under normal conditions, we might have night meetings. So we're all covered there. Those would be different from the no parking signs in parks, which is more dusk till dawn, like our park hours signs. And a couple other thoughts to kind of round out the year, Your Honor. It has been a tough year on everybody. I mean, hopefully we never have a year like 2020 again, with the pandemic and everything. And I was making a list with Kevin. I made a whole list of all the new things that came up, major projects this year that had to get done. And if you want me to talk about all those, I will, but it has been a year like no other. I've never had a year like this. Relying on Kevin and on staff and consultants. It's been a really hard year when we got a lot done. And it's too much, it really is, but it's been a lot. And we have a good staff, we've got good consultants, a very supportive council, and it took everybody to do that, what we did this year. Amazing. And I just want to thank you for all your support and your patience. And hopefully we never see a year like 2020 again. But I think we can be very proud of what we were able to get done. And but it's taken a lot out of us. I got a call from Jim Drevitt this week. Actually, Kevin had a nice long conversation. He's going to come in and meet with us and go over important documents and receive a little orientation, answer questions on the training. And it just was really great that he wants to hit the ground running. And so we're really looking forward with that. I wanted to personally thank you, Marie, for being such a great mayor. It was only one term, but your experience really meant a lot. Being on the council for so long and coming into the mayor, and We got so much done, and I'm not gonna steal Wade's thunder. He has some remarks, but it's been great working with you, Marie, and thanks for everything. You've been a great volunteer in so many ways, and I know you're gonna stay involved, and I hope you do. Thank you for that. Thank
I've
you.
enjoyed
Thank
working
you.
with you.
And I really appreciate your style of wanting to make sure people's talk and counselors and people get their input and the public and everything. And, thank you for all of that. It's just been really great, Marie. And I just also just kind of may not get the chance. I just want to wish everybody a happy holiday season and a Merry Christmas. And I look forward to seeing everybody in 2021.
Okay.
Do you want a motion for everybody to have a Merry Christmas?
We need
Well, we're not done yet.
we need a motion so that nobody has too much cheer. Okay, we have some service recognition awards that we need to give out, and for the first two are for the council. The first one is Doug.
Oh.
This is the second one Doug's got. He got one for the water committee and he got one for a counselor now. And they're both well deserved, but I'm sure his wall is gonna get pretty filled up there. But Doug, came on, and I think Doug's been here as long as I have. I think we all, Chris and Doug and I, and maybe Lita was there for a couple of years, something. We all started the same time and went our own directions. Doug has been a valuable asset to the council because he's helped with all of the water data. And that stuff is not easy to deal with. I tried to make my way through that stuff, and I tell you one thing, it was really tough. He also did helped Preston with the negotiation of our intertie. And I remember times when they would come back and they would be frustrated, but they'd get back on the horse and go to the next meeting and try to get something. And they kept going, and because of them, we have water. We have water. And Doug has been a very stable counselor. He's missed very few meetings, and you can just count on him. And so Doug, the citizens and I and the council, thank you for your help, and we will miss you. But I understand you're going to stay involved with handling the data from the water. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. So this plaque will be here at City Hall when you're ready to pick it up.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. And then the next one is Chris Harper. His wife Leah was there first, and then she decided to beg out, and Chris took her place. And so their family has been part of the city and the council for many, many years, even more than Doug and ours. But he did a beautiful job on the water committee. He and Doug too, were at the water committee. They were there from the beginning, 10 years on the water committee, working to get the water for Lafayette the way it's supposed to. And his commitment and his being an engineer and stuff really, really helped the council and helped us make the right decisions. And he is going to be missed. And Chris, if you're listening, this will be at the office for you to pick up. Thank you for your service. Okay. I guess it's up to you now, Wade.
Okay. The city would like to recognize Marie for her many years of wonderful service.
Beautiful.
Okay. Marie was appointed to the council in 2010. She served as council president and finishes her term as mayor this evening. To name just a few major accomplishments under her leadership, the city has expanded its urban growth boundary and received voter support to install a water intertie with McMinnville Water and Light, and built a state-of-the-art fire station that will serve our community for the next 50 years. I humbly thank Marie for her tremendous public service to the citizens of Lafayette, and it's my distinct honor and privilege to present her with this plaque. To Marie Sproul, for 10 years of dedicated public service as counselor, council president, and mayor, we thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, the last thing on the list, committee reports. Did we have any committee reports? I don't think so. Counselor reports, Christine already also gave her ours. The mayor's report. I'm just gonna put a bug in your guys' ear, and I'm gonna show you something here. We received the report this week from the fires, about the fire stations from McMinnville. So in the next couple of weeks, I assume that Kevin will be getting you guys your copies so that this will be probably on your agenda for January. And
500 pages, and you got to read every word.
Yeah. I haven't, I just got it, to be honest with you, I just got it on Monday and I haven't read any of it either. So I have no idea what they said. So anyway, this is going to be your exciting project for the next couple of years.
Huh.
But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that's coming towards you. And if you're home for Christmas and you don't have anything to do, guess what? You got some reading. Woo! But anyway, I've enjoyed working with all of you, and I think we all did a good job working together, and we all accomplished a lot of stuff. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the people that are going forward with the council, how you guys are going to do. Thank you very much for your commitment and your help.
Thank you, Marie. Thank you.
And in that respect, I guess we need a motion.
Move that we adjourn our meeting.
Yes. Do I have a motion?
Doug made a
I'm-
motion.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, all opposed? There you go. Thank you all.
Thank
Thank you.